October 14th. Welcome to Adam's Birthday Book, where each and every day we look into the mysteries of birthdays and their significance on your life path. Today's birthday is October 14th. If you were born on this day, happy birthday. Alright, let's get started. October 14th. Moderation is a recurrent theme in the lives of October 14th people. This is not to ge that they are boring or even conservative people, but that navigating a path between the pitfalls of excessive behavior is indeed a great challenge. When those born on this day stray far from the straight and narrow, they most often court disaster. However, it is through such mistakes that they grow and learn to mum things to their advantage in the future. In a sense, October 14 people are in a bind. They are best suited for a moderate life, but finely balanced and moderate in all things can deprive themselves of not only failure and emotional lows but also some of the ecstatic highs life has to offer. More highly evolved October 14th persons display a great deal of composure and resent taking time, and everything they do is extremely important to them, and thus they hate to be rushed. Verbal facility is rarely their forte, so it may be through the use of visual images, the written word, music, or perhaps leadership and personal example that they express themselves. The communication of knowledge, critiquing of others' work, and commenting on life in general are important outlets for their highly developed mental side. Those born on this day are less often physically oriented, and their physical nature or talents may lie dormant or at least make lie initial impression. Discovering an awakened sexuality, having children, suffering a serious accident or illness, or falling in love with a sport can bring these mental individuals down into their bodies in a kind of second incarnation. October 14th people tend to rule the roost, but rarely in an aggressive or overt way, more often working behind the scenes as the power behind the throne. They are not overly attached to physical objects and material concerns, but their home itself is very important to them, often doubling as a workplace. In their personal life they can be quite content with a monogamous relationship, but must beware of the twin pitfalls of isolation and subservience to a more dominant personality, particularly true of women. October 14th people are capable of lending great stability to the lives of their family, friends, colleagues, and social group. They enjoy being part of the show, the theater of life, but more often function as managers rather than stars. It is an interesting paradox that though, as mentioned above, October 14 people can be somewhat static personalities, the theme of travel so often figures prominently in their lives. Those born on this day very rarely spend their adult years where they grew up. For the more highly evolved of October 14th people, life's travels not only signify physical movement but are symbolic of a freedom of spirit. Because of their stable and balanced traits, too many born on this day tend to be complacent and stagnate. They must try to keep busy and set themselves high standards and monthly or yearly goals which must be met. Numbers and planets. Those born on the 14 inches day of the month are ruled by the number 5, 1 plus 4 equals 5, and by the speedy planet Mercury. The influence of this planet underlines the strongly developed mental abilities of October 14th people mentioned above. The accompanying influence of Venus, ruler of Libra, in combination with Mercury grants strong aesthetic gifts as well as charm. For those October 14th people who do stray off course, the number 5 indicates a resilient character which can recover quickly from the hard knocks of life. Tarot. The 14th card of the major arcana is Temperance, which emphasizes the above discussed themes of balance and moderation in the lives of those born on this day. The figure shown is a guardian angel who protects us and keeps us on an even keel. Such a figure can serve as a model for October 14th people. The card cautions against all forms of egotistical excess. Positively seen, temperance modifies passions in order to allow for new truths to be learned and incorporated into one's life. Because temperance may indicate negative qualities of passivity and ineffectiveness, October 14 people must resist trendiness and try to make their own way where style, technique, and systems of thought are concerned. Health. Those born on October 14th must beware of all difficulties that can arise from a sedentary or overly static lifestyle. Problems with weight, depression due to repressed frustrations of a submerged or subservient personality, and/or lack of physical exercise can lead to health difficulties. October 14th people can make excellent cooks, and even use the kitchen as a perfect theater for expressing their creativity, as it is suited in its intimacy to their often reserved personality. They must be careful, however, to observe moderation and not go overboard on fattening, rich and spicy foods. Daily walks are highly recommended. Advice. Push yourself a bit to produce. Don't hide all that good stuff away for too long, share with the world at large. Have fun surprising others. Dare to fail. Meditation. After acknowledging the egg as the most perfectly packaged product, it is hard to imagine that God the manufacturer does not exist. Thank you for joining me today on the October 14th birthday, and please don't forget to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that little bell, and please tell me if today is your birthday in the comments below. Thank you, you wonderful people, and join me tomorrow on the next episode of Adam's Birthday Book for October 15th.